wondering what I am doing here in this snow? I came here to meet my Mickey. Oh, you didn't know who it is? I will tell you. Mickey was my best friend during school days. I used to hug her tightly during nap time while my mom used to read me bedtime stories. You know, dear, once there was this scary story of Mickey almost getting killed by a giant snowball. Do you want to hear that story? One day, my dear Mickey, who was a baby penguin then, was playing with her friends in the snow. She and her friends made snowballs with their mini flippers and threw them at each other. It's so much fun, right? But then, suddenly, a giant snowball came out of nowhere from a hill at a thundering speed. Mickey and the other baby penguins scattered and ran for their lives. But this giant snowball kept chasing Mickey, growing in size. It almost ran over her. But before that happened, Mickey was smart enough to jump into the water and find her mummy penguin. Since we will be creating this game in the 𝗙𝗵𝗲 platform, let's begin by opening the 𝗙𝗵𝗲 software on our desktop. We are creating a new project, so click on Create a New Project. For saving the game files, we have to click on the Choose Folder option. See, a new file browsing window opens up. We can create a new folder in any location. Here, I am storing this game in the Pictures folder. Now, right-click on Screen and click on the New option to create a new folder. Give the folder name as the Giant Snowball. To make sure that our folder has been created, double-click on Folder and open it. We will see an empty folder. Click on Select Folder. We are at our game interface. Here, click on Empty Game as we are starting a new game. Click and open the Project Manager tab on the left side. From the Game Settings, choose Properties. In Properties, we will change the game name from Project to the Giant Snowball. We need to change the game package name too. We will change it to the Giant Snowball. Set the game resolution width to 1200 and height to 650. Finally, click on Apply. Next, we will create the game scene where we will add the background, animation and other features of our game. Hence, once again in the Project Manager tab, choose the Click to Add a Scene option from the Scene option. Then, in the new scene, browse its options to select Rename. Let's rename it to Game as the name of the scene. Then, press Enter. If we double-click Game, our game screen opens. A nice white open space appears, right? Now just scroll down the mouse button and zoom out. See, our game screen's rectangular box is visible with the dimensions we added. Also, we can zoom in and zoom out by moving the scroll button up or down and move left or right by holding the scroll key. Okay, now we need a chilling Arctic background for where our game will take place. For that, first we will have to click the Objects tab on the right side of the game interface. In the Object tab, click on Add a New Object. Then click on the Tiled Sprite option. A new window opens up. There, change the object name to Background and click on Select an Image tab. After that, click on Choose a File. From the browsing window, I am choosing an image background from downloads. You can choose any image you like from the browser. After selecting the image from the downloads, we should click Open to upload it to our game window. When we click Open, a dialog box will appear asking whether we wish to create a copy of this image in the game files. We should click OK to choose our desired background image. Then let's set the width of our image as 1200 and height as 650. Well, as this is a platform game, we should add a feature called behavior to our game. For that, click on the behaviors option on top. Then at bottom, select add a behavior to the object option. After that, click on search a new behaviors on top. Search parallax in the search bar and select parallax for tiled sprite option. Click on install in project. So, the option is now available in the behavior option. Choose the horizontal parallax for tiled sprite and press apply. Now our background image has appeared in the Objects tab. From the Objects tab, drag and drop it onto our game screen by holding and clicking the background object. Okay, now we can just click on the background object in Objects tab to access its properties that appear in the Properties section. Set its position on x-axis to -390 and y-axis to 0. Along with it, resize the width to 1600 and height to 650. Finally, tick in on the custom size too. See, our background is well set and sized now. Did you know that although penguins are unable to fly, they are excellent swimmers? Their wings operate as powerful flippers, allowing them to swim quickly. Penguins spend most of their lives in the water searching for food to feed their families. To find food, most penguins dive to a depth of about 20 meters, but certain species have been known to travel as deep as 30 meters. The strong emperor penguin can hold its breath for up to 20 minutes underwater, while other penguins can only hold their breath for 2 to 3 minutes. Next, we are going to set the background layer. So by holding the scroll button on the mouse, shift right. Click and open the button called Layer Editor on top right of the screen. The Layer tab will now be visible at the bottom. Click on Add a Layer. Then change the layer name to Background. After that, drag and drop the background layer below the base layer. Now, we can click on Close mark on the right to close the layer editor. Click on our background to get the Properties tab. And in the Properties tab on left, change Base Layer to Background Layer. This will ensure our background stays as a base layer. As our game is a platformer game, we have to add a platform or a base on which the entire events will be happening. So, let's add a base. To add a base, click on Add a New Object in the Objects tab. For adding a base, click on Add a New Object in Objects tab. Like before, a new window opens up where we can choose Tiled Sprite. Then, change the object name to Base and click on the Select an Image and click on Choose a File. A window will open up into which we can add the base from downloads. Choose the base image and click Open. Then give OK. Set the base height and base width as 30. Next, we will add behaviors to the base as well. For that, click on Behaviors, select the Add a Behavior to the Object option and choose the platform behavior. Last but not the least, press Apply. So our base image has also appeared in our Objects tab. From the Objects tab, drag and drop it into our game screen by holding and clicking the base. Okay, now we can just click on the base to go to its Properties section. In the Properties tab, set x-axis to 2 and y-axis to 600. Change the width as 1250, height is 15 and tick in on the custom size. Thus, we have completed the first part of our platform base. Let's just scroll down the mouse and zoom out of our game scene. We are going to set the game with ice and water. In order to set the water level base, we have to add another platform. Therefore, from the Objects tab, drag and drop a second base object into the game scene below the ice base. Just click on it. In the Properties tab on left, set its position on x-axis to 1200 and y-axis to 620. Likewise, change the width as 650, height is 13 and tick in on the custom size. Zoom out of our game scene one more time to add ice patches after a layer of water. By holding the mouse button, shift left a bit. Then right-click on our first platform base for ice and copy it. After that, right-click the mouse cursor on the right side of our screen and paste it. Our third base also is created. Click on the base and in the Properties tab on the left side, set x-axis to 1870 and y-axis to 600. Next, to make our game more interesting, let's add water.